Oh, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I wanted to take shelter, ask the blessings from Radha Madhav, Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Damodar, Krishna Balaram, Bal Gopal, Nrsimhadev, Gaunitai, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. So, we are continuing with Damodar Leela and the parents, looking at the parents. Last week we talked about Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj in their position, how unique it is. Can't just become the parents of Krishna. You already are the parents of Krishna in the spiritual world. And when they come to this world, they expand themselves as two devatas, and they pray to Lord Vishnu, they do tapasya, and then they're granted to become the parents of Krishna. But it's actually Nand Maharaj and Yashoda anyway. And so when Nand Maharaj and Yashoda come here, they merge with them, Dhara and Drona. Now we're going to talk about Vasudeva and Devaki. Who are they? Are they also eternal parents to the Lord? In the Srimad Bhagavatam 10:341 to 43, Lord Krishna explains to Vasudeva and Devaki their identities in previous lives and how he appears as their son in those lives. To Prishni and Sutapa, he appeared as Prishni Garbha. To Aditya and Kashyap, he appeared as Upendra or Vamandev, the boy, Brahman boy. And in this life, they come as Vasudeva and Devaki. So Vasudeva and Devaki are eternal parents of Krishna. As Prishni and Sutapa, they also underwent austerities. But these austerities were simply expressions of their eternal love for the Lord, not the cause of getting the Lord as their son. You can't do austerities to get the Lord as your son. You already are the parent. It's already there. That position is already theirs. It's not that they attain that position because they have done some tapasya. So that begs the question of the two, Nanda Yashoda and Vasudeva Devaki, who are actual parents of Krishna. Mm. From the statements of the Bhagavatam and the previous acharyas, it is clear that Nanda and Yashoda are eternal parents of Vrindavan Krishna in Brajdham. So this is interesting. There's two Krishnas. There's a Vrindavan Krishna who lives always in Vraj, never leaves Vraj. And then there's Vasudeva Devaki, eternal parents of Vasudeva Krishna in Mathura and Dwarka. There's a distinction between the two. And when Krishna is taken by Vasudeva to Gokul, these two merge. Yes, Priyanjali.
Did the other Krishna leave this world when Mahabharat was finished?
Yes, they both left together. Yes.
Then what happens while with the other Krishna while the other one is in Mahabharat?
No, after Mahabharat, after 125 years, both Krishnas left for the spiritual world. And as did all the gopis and everybody. They wound up their business here and they went to the spiritual world.
But what happened meanwhile the 125 years?
What happened after 125 years?
No, meanwhile the 125 years were there.
Yeah, they were both present. One was always in Vrindavan, Krishna, and the other, who's known as Vasudeva Krishna, was in Dwarka, was in Mahabharat, Kurukshetra. But the Vrindavan Krishna never left Braj. He never left Vrindavan. He always stays. He never leaves. So for the full 125 years, he was there.
Then did he keep Yashoda Maya and the whole of Vrindavan safe and happy?
Well, when he left When Vasudev Krishna left, when he was 11, to go to Mathura, they were so shocked when they saw him on the chariot of Akrur. They were so shocked. So they always thought Krishna left. But the Krishna that left was Vasudev Krishna. The other Krishna, Vrindavan Krishna, never left. But they were in such shock that he left on that chariot that even if Krishna came in front of them, they would think, oh, this is just my imagination. They wouldn't actually believe that Krishna was in Vrindavan, because Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. But what happened? That increased their love for Krishna unlimitedly through separation, because they was always thinking of Krishna, always remembering all the different pastimes. So in separation, they got a lot more, even though they might have been externally unhappy, internally, they were just constantly thinking of Krishna. So they were very happy. So,
Then,
yeah,
then, um, oh, I forgot my question.
don't worry. Let's carry on. If you remember, ask again, okay? There is a difference between the two sets of parents, as stated by Parikshit Maharaj. Although Krishna was so pleased with Vasudeva and Devaki that he descended as their son, they could not enjoy Krishna's magnanimous childhood pastimes, which are so great that simply chanting about them vanquishes the contamination of the material world. Nand Maharaj and Yashoda, however, enjoyed these pastimes fully, and therefore their position is always better than that of Vasudeva and Devaki. Now, of course, in the spiritual realm, there's no such thing as better or worse, because everybody has their inclination towards God. And whatever their inclination for God is there, they love that. That's their best for them. But from an analytical point of view, Sukadev Goswami is explaining, or Parikshit Maharaj is explaining, that actually Nand and Yashoda were at a higher platform. The position was better than Vasudev Devaki. Yes, Priyanjali.
If the other Krishna actually came, who went to Mathura, would they still think that it's just their imagination?
Oh, if he came back.
If he,
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. Then they would actually believe he's there. Yeah, they wouldn't. They would think, ah, right, Krishna's come back. And he did. When they met him in Kurukshetra, after the Mahabharata war, then they saw this is Krishna who's come.
I've heard that they met after 80 years after he left.
No, they didn't. They met about 100 years, over 100 years after he left.
Okay,
Quite a
Papa.
long time. Yeah, quite a long time. Vasudeva and Devaki could not enjoy Krishna's pastimes, not just because they were in jail, but also their love being mixed with knowledge of Krishna's divinity. Remember, Vasudeva and Devaki, they saw Vishnu come first, then they saw baby Krishna. So they always had this awe and reverence towards Krishna because he showed them his divinity. So they never would be able to, if Krishna was naughty, Devaki couldn't punish him because she knows this is actually, she knew Krishna's divinity. But Yashoda had not been given that um, aspect. Even when she looked into the mouth of Krishna, saw the universe, she immediately forgot. Krishna made her forget because Krishna wanted to enjoy the love, natural love of the mother. So, because of their knowledge of his divinity, they would be out of place in Braj. They would not be able to fully appreciate childish nature of Krishna's pranks. In this regard, Srila Prabhupada writes, in 10.331 purport. Although Devaki is not on the Vrindavan platform, she is near the Vrindavan platform. On the Vrindavan platform, the mother of Krishna is Mother Yashoda. And on the Mathura and Dwarka platform, the mother of Krishna is Devaki. In Mathura and Dwarka, the love for Krishna is mixed with the appreciation of his opulence. But in Vrindavan, the opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not exhibited. In Vrindavan, he's a simple cowherd boy. And that is his natural position, if you like. He's the Supreme Lord. He's controller of everything, but his natural setting is cowherd boy, looking after Gaumata, enjoying with the cowherd girls and the cowherd boys. The original inhabitants of Vrindavan are attached to Krishna spontaneously in devotional service. Nothing can compare to such spontaneous devotional service, which is called ragatmika bhakti. When a devotee follows in the footsteps of the devotees of Vrindavan, his devotional service is called Rag Anuka Bhakti. So this is Prabhupada explaining. Were some of the other Brajavasis also eternal associates of Krishna? According to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, some of the Gopas and Gopis had also practiced bhakti like Drona and Dhara in their previous lives. In other words, some of them were also eternal associates of the Lord. Like we have the Astasakhis, they're eternal associates. Nobody can take the position of Astasakhi by austerity. When the Lord appears on earth, his associates are from a variety of sources. There are eternal associates. Krishna gives them the opportunity to further intensify their love for him as he intensifies his love for them. So then they come here, even though they are eternal associates, through this mood of separation from Krishna, their love for him becomes even greater, intensifies. Then there's the demigods who also come to this world and take part in the pastimes of Krishna. There are perfected practitioners, yogis, devotees, who are inhabitants of the material world, who are worthy of going back to Golkul. Krishna gives them the opportunity to associate with his devotees and be trained up so that they can enter the circle of his confidants. This is so good. Krishna is so kind and merciful. He gives everybody the chance. If we want to take the chance, he gives us the chance to become close to him. Why does the Lord appear in this material world? Well, to reclaim the fallen souls, to perform wonderful pastimes, to show his sweetness. These are the two. We hear the other one. Yada ida dharmasya. He came to vanquish the demons and re-establish dharma. That's not the real reason he comes. This is the real reason. He comes for us. He wants us back. And he performs wonderful pastimes to show his sweetness. Janma karma chame devi evam yo viti tatvatah tat paktva deham purnar janma naiti mam iti swarjan. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode or origin. This is chapter 4, text number 9 of Bhagavad Gita. These pastimes are spiritual, not mundane. Lord Krishna, he appears very rarely, once in the day of Brahma, once every 4.3 billion years he comes. So it doesn't come often. He appears at the end of the last, he appeared at the end of the last Dwapar Yuga of over 5,000 years ago. This is recorded in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which Srila Prabhupada has very kindly given in the Krishna book. We can review the events leading up to Dhamma Leela on the Krishna book. So that's where we'll start tomorrow, hopefully, about Damodar Leela. What is it all about? And we'll hopefully look at every verse in 2 chapters which are dedicated to Lord Damodar. in the Bhagavatam. This is amazing. So much has been written about Damodar in the Bhagavatam, also by the devotees, especially the six Goswamis have written so much. So we're going to look at them, look at the writings a little bit at least. Any questions? Any comments? Yes, Bhavin.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. When what's her name? Anjali. So is it Anjali?
Priyanjali.
Priyanjali. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
She asked a nice question, and is the same thing I wanted to ask it. When you said that they came and met him in the Kurukshetra, so I'm thinking, who came? Was it the people from
Vrindavan.
Vrindavan?
Yes.
I mean, the whole of
Yes,
all of
yes,
them.
yes.
Go,
Nanda, Yashoda, the
Gopi,
gopis, the gopas, they all came.
and then they met, and then they went back. Or you don't
Yeah,
know that.
they took Krishna with him. They took Krishna. They pulled the chariot. That's why we do the Rath Yatra.
Ah,
Yeah.
so they in the end they took back him into Vrindavan.
Mm, they
Okay.
did. They did, at least for a little while.
Just little while.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when he passed away, he was still in Dwarka.
Yes, but then they both went together, like the one in Vrindavan would have joined.
Yeah.
And everybody left at that time. Everybody went.
Yeah, and I remember when when he was coming to Dwarka, the mother Yasoda said, "Don't leave, don't leave." But he said, "I will come back one day." But
Mm,
in the end, she goes and meet her.
mm, mm, mm.
And what about the parents, the Devki and Vasudev? Did they met him straight away after the Kans died?
Yes. Straight away. He released them from prison.
And then they met. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I'm happy we are doing the Damodar
Yes.
Leela again. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's stop. Damodar Leela ki jai.